Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This isn't really a Star Stable related video. I really just didn't have anything to do while I was going to discuss this, so Star Stable it is. I wanted to discuss the recent episodes of Chapter 5 of Make Your Mark. Well, those are the recent episodes. And these are my theories until they are debunked when Chapter 6 comes out in November. I first noticed this back in, I think, Chapter 3 or 4, but Opaline is as old as Celestia and Luna, and she's still alive and well, and still seems young. So my question is, what happened to the two sisters? Why are they not around? Yes, they are in retirement, but if Opaline was a threat, shouldn't they have been around to stop her? Well, I think when she attacked Equestria, she took out the two sisters, like, she killed them. Because we do not see them Make Your Mark. They are not mentioned by Opaline other than when they were growing up. I think that before she attacked Equestria, she killed the Royal Sisters. In the comics, which I am going to count them canon as of right now because we just don't have that much information on Opaline yet. In the comics, it was showed that she disguised herself as a unicorn and spread discord amongst the three pony kinds, therefore causing the separation of pony kind and other species as well. And I think it caused a battle, and Twilight created the three crystals. As I think it was a way to, like, dictate them, like, they could not have their magic if they could not come together in friendship, because the crystals are powered by friendship. But I want to talk about the story that Elderflower said about the bat. There was a bat that was named Dawn, and I've seen multiple videos of people connecting that bat to Lustrodon. Do I think she became an alicorn? No, that would make her way too much like Twilight. What I think is this was during Twilight's reign, and this is where that comic comes in. Luster witnessed Opaline spread the discord amongst the three tribes, and she went to Twilight for help because I think she might have tried to reason with her, and it did not work. So Lustrodon went to Twilight, and Twilight created the Invisibubble, keeping Opaline out. Next up, I want to talk about the absence of dragons. We know Dragonfire is magic. Spike proved that in the last generation, and Sparky has proved that with this generation. Opaline is only powered by dragon magic. She has magical abilities, but they're limited if she doesn't have Dragonfire. It's shown by her cutie mark that her powers have something to do with Dragonfire. I like to think she was related to the two sisters, like a middle child or something, and overlooked because she wasn't as powerful as they were. And in that flashback that she showed us when they were growing up in Skyrus, they were alicorns, so they were born alicorns, so whatever Celestia and Luna said in Season 6 when Flareheart was born was just inaccurate, because they were born alicorns. Maybe they weren't born alicorns in Equestria, but they were born alicorns. Or at least received their alicorn abilities in early Philly. I think she was weaker than the two sisters, and only got her strength from stealing magic from the dragons. That brings us to the Dragonstone. Where did it come from? Because it was not mentioned in G4, granted a lot of stuff wasn't, that's in G5. Some people have theorized it was an artifact made in Equestria's early days, like real early days, to battle against dragons when they were still enemies. I don't think that was the case. Why steal something that they didn't know contained magical abilities? Like, if you looked at all the dragons and then Spike, you wouldn't think that they were all magical, because Ember, Garble, all of them had regular dragon fire. There was no magic to it whatsoever. I think the Dragonstone was created by Opaline herself to take magic from the dragons, to steal their fire. Now, why are the dragons asleep? They are not affected by magic in Equestria. I think they went into hibernation to protect themselves against Opaline. Because when the main 6 now, I guess, when they traveled to the Dragonland, there were no dragons there. None. And Opaline's little magic window thingy, it showed dragons, but I think they were somewhere else, away from the Dragonland, so Opaline couldn't get to them. That brings us to Sparky. How long is a dragon's incubation time? Because why would you lay an egg when you have been in hibernation for over, I would say, 1,000 moons at this point? Why lay an egg? I think Sparky's, like, hatch time was delayed, like he was destined to help the main 5 or something. I'm not exactly sure. And then, how did Misty get to Opaline? Like, Misty mentions that Opaline found her and took her in as a filly, but that's it. I think it was after she went missing from Alphabettle that she stumbled upon Opaline's palace. Because she mentioned Opaline could not go outside her palace because of the invisible. Or at least not into Equestria. So I think Misty might have stumbled upon Opaline's palace. Opaline saw her as an opportunity and took her in. Not because she felt remorseful. This was her way of spying on Equestria. Sorry, I'm trying to gather the words, so that's why I'm taking long pauses. And if Luster Dawn was not an alicorn, that means Twilight was still ruling. Now, she put in a message to the 3 crystals about Opaline. So what I think is she put all of her alicorn magic into the 3 crystals. Because if Opaline is the same age as the 2 sisters and she's still alive and kicking, that almost proves alicorns are immortal, or at least they don't die of old age. They can die, they can get killed or something, but they can't die of old age. So what I'm thinking is when Opaline attacked Equestria and Twilight created the 3 crystals, she used up all her alicorn magic, and alicorn's magic contains Earth Pony, Pegasi, and Unicorn magic. So when she gave up her alicorn magic, she essentially gave up her alicornhood. Her wings were gone, everything was gone, except her horn, because she was born a unicorn. And I would say her friends might still have been alive, because I'm basing this off of the comic, and her friends were still alive in the comic, so Twilight would still live. But with the Unity Crystals and giving up her magic, she wouldn't have made it much longer. Like, she would have died the moment she got to her elder years, because, well, ponies don't live that long. Elderflower is a special case. I think she's got Granny Smith syndrome or something. And I can't pause this, otherwise you wouldn't be hearing me pause and try to think. But who reigned in Equestria after Twilight gave up her alicorn magic? I think she left it up to the ponies instead of selecting a new ruler. Which is why Equestria fell apart. Ponies didn't trust each other with magic, and therefore, there was still discord going around. I don't think creating the Unity Crystals helped, because they were powered by friendship. So ponies split, took each crystal with their own tribe, and magic disappeared. We know what happened to the dragons, but what about the yaks, the hippogriffs, the Kirin? What happened to them? Opaline has no interest in their magic. She only has interest in dragon fire. I think once Equestria fell into chaos again, they split. Like, they got out of there because they didn't want to be part of any fights or something. Do I think we'll see any of these creatures in the future? Maybe, but we won't be seeing them in Make Your Mark because Make Your Mark is ending before the year ends. If you're wondering why, it's because it doesn't do so well toy-wise. The show, Make Your Mark, I think is 10 times better than Tell Your Tale. But because toy sales for the show haven't been doing good, Hasbro has decided to cancel it and go on with Tell Your Tale, which is stupid. I do not like that show one bit. But if I'm gonna get any kind of lore, I guess I'll have to watch it. I don't understand why they made Tell Your Tale. It's a web series. And I don't like it. It basically feels like a G5.5. And G5 had barely even started. Now, this is about Sunny. She has alicorn magic now, but she's not a physical alicorn. And if I'm right about Twilight sealing all of her alicorn magic into the 3 crystals, then... oh, hell. That magic, when Sunny reunited the 3 crystals and brought the ponies together, she was rewarded with alicorn magic, but not her own. The magic she's carrying within her is Twilight's friendship magic. That is why it only activates when she is trying to protect her friends. Her magic, like the crystals, is only activated by friendship, so I think Sunny is carrying Twilight's magic within her. Now, her lantern, I have no effing clue. I think if Sunny were to lose her magic with her cutie mark, because we learned in the Season 5 premiere, when a pony loses their cutie mark, they also lose what makes them special, and their magic. Like, unicorns would still be able to levitate, because we saw that with Sugar Belle, but she could not bake at all, because that was her special talent, and her cutie mark was gone. So, if Sunny were to lose her cutie mark, she would lose all of her magic, including the alicorn magic. So I like to think that her lantern, which powers the mainstream, would back up, like help her, if she needed it to. Now let's talk about Opaline having the ability to take cutie marks. She wants the cutie marks because she sees the magic that happened with the main 6's cutie marks. That didn't happen with the other ponies, it was only them. So I think she's still after the main 6's cutie marks. But why take posies? Is it a power thing? I have no clue. But when I saw that scene, I eventually made a joke. Like, Starlight Glimmer? Nah. But why would Opaline take something that is pretty much of no use to her? I think it's for a power thing. It's to make her feared. Because when she arrived in Maritime Bay, she was not feared by any pony. Every pony thought she was in a costume, and when she showed aggression, they still thought she was joking. So she had to steal some pony's cutie mark to make a point. And that is why she's after more dragon fire. She needs more dragon fire to take more ponies' cutie marks. And my final thing is, for now, and at least until I can think of more, is the Together trees. What are they? They are not the Tree of Harmony. They are only grown when ponies come together in friendship. So how did Opaline grow one? They will not grow unless it is made from true friendship. I think this Together tree is corrupted. It wasn't grown through magic of it was not grown through the magic of friendship. So, I think it's corrupted. But it still had the magic to make that portal into Maritime Bay. Because while the Invisibubble is still up and Opaline can't enter Equestria if she were to leave her palace, she could go through that magical window. But I think this Together tree is corrupted, and if they were going to use the Together tree as a weapon in the future, they couldn't use that fourth one. It has corrupted magic. It would do something. I'm not sure what, but it would do something. But anyways, this video has just become 15 minutes long. As the longest I've ever made a video on my channel. Also because I'm recording with my Xbox game bar, so you know, I get unlimited recording, I suppose. But I will see you in the next video if I have any more theories. Bye, guys.